am Shrikant. Welcome to today's webinar on agriculture drone and its applications in today's world, power of AI and ML. We'll be hearing from an expert speaker on this subject from Mr. Ashish Parashar, Chief Strategy Officer, Garuda Aerospace, who will be giving us an overview of this topic. As we are aware that India officially assumed the G20 presidency on December 1st, 2022 and will continue till November 30, 2023. The goal of this G20 presidency is to shape and strengthen the global architecture and governance on all major international economic issues as part of the Janbagidari event in bringing awareness about G20 and its people participation. As a conduit between brand and consumer, Ashish Parashar, Chief Strategy Officer in Garuda Aerospace, has earned expertise in business development and partnership management. With a professional experience of more than 17 years, Ashish Parashar has had the opportunity to work with India's top-notch brands like Reliance Communications, TAT Technologies, and Vodafone. His latest assignment was with BBC News, where he was business head India and Sri Lanka. Ashish currently heads global business development and strategy team in Garuda Aerospace, India's number one drone startup.
Sir, I would like to ask you a few questions like what is the new technology drone and how does it work actually in this drone ecosystem?
Okay. So, while answering this, I think we should take a step back and we should actually know what exactly is a drone and what do we do with this drone and what sort of possibilities are there or what sort of solutions are there which we can actually look forward to when we use a drone. See, a drone till now in India was basically taken as something which can be used in marriages and parties, etc., wherein we can record the videos and we can use them. In all those places wherein a human cannot go, it could have recorded all those videos. Almost something which I would like to say today is similar to this, but apart from this videography, I think there's much more which a drone can do, and there are much more applications, there are much more softwares which we can use in the drones and we can actually make our work easier. So a drone is something wherein we can actually utilize this in any place wherein a human cannot go or it is difficult to go. Take beautiful images, make the work easier for many of the work which we are right now doing in a difficult way, and also bring about those innovations which we may have never thought could have existed or could have been done via drone. In Garuda Aerospace, if we talk about, we currently are manufacturing 30 different type of drones, which range from agriculture to defense to security, surveillance, delivery, solar panel cleaning. And also we are working on many drones, integrating many technologies wherein we can actually make the work much more easier and much more precise, I would say, as compared to any human intervention which is there. So in brief, if I would like to say is drone is something wherein it can help our make our work easier, faster and more precise. When we talk about the new technologies, I think the greatest, or I would say the biggest technology right now, which we've got sort of integrated with drone is the artificial intelligence and machine learning, which I think we would like to talk more about in this session. But specifically speaking, I think there's a huge revolution which is about to come in agriculture sector, which constitutes more than I would say 65% of our business and also our land, which is agriculture land in India. So I think agriculture is something which we would like to focus more on as an organization, because that's where we see a lot of potential coming in. Vis-a-vis, in addition to that, we also look forward to doing something great in defense, in delivery. So you think, you order something from Zomato or Swiggy and it comes via drone, and it is delivered faster. It is much more affordable as compared to the current delivery fees which we are working on. And also, if we can help something for our areas which are flood hit or some natural calamities that happen, we can also use delivery drones. in that case, and also help our medical facilities to deliver medicines or something like that in far areas wherein a human may not be able to reach, or even if reaches, may takes more time. So that's a short crisp of what drone is and what sort of applications we are trying to build in, and how many types of drones are there. So over to you for next question. You're on mute. You're still on mute.
Is it audible, sir, now?
Yes, now it's audible.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Actually, how many types of drones are there, and where all can it be used?
See, if you talk about the type of drones, the application of drones right now is currently, as I said, into 30 plus verticals. But if you talk about the major verticals, or the most dominant verticals, if I would say, is first of all agriculture drone, wherein it can be used for spraying currently of pesticides, insecticides, or weedicide by our farmers. It can also be used to get to know where all the spraying is required and where all the spraying is not required, so that the spraying which is done is only done on the crops wherein it is actually required and doesn't damage the other crops. Apart from this, we can also use drones for surveillance. We can also use drones for security. We can use drones for delivery of stuff. It could be as good as a food item like for Zomato and Swiggy, could be water bottles, medicines for natural calamities hit areas, could also be for delivering organs now, for delivering medicines now to our far areas, which are hilly areas or wherein humans may take time to reach. Currently, we're also working with a couple of medical facilities, medical hospitals, wherein we are trying to bring down the time which is taken to deliver an organ or a blood sample, so we can reduce that time and give more time to doctors to operate. Apart from this, drones are also used for indexing of the animals, underwater drones. They can also be used to curb down the fire, which we call as fire fighting drones. We can also use to assess the cracks on chimneys. So we also use them for chimney inspection, internal turbines inspection drones. They can also be used for gas leakage. They can also be used for the entire highway mapping, wherein we can tell NHAI how many encroachments or approachments are there. So I mean, there are sort of different type of drones. You think about it, is this something which a drone can do? I think the answer right now may not be yes, but yes, as an organization, as a country, we can very soon find a result to that, and we can deliver that thing. So if you talk about what a drone can do, limitless. There are endless possibilities right now, and we at Garuda Aerospace, we have tried to sort out 30 different types of drones. 45 services is what we provide right now. As I mentioned, all these services which are there. So that's something which we all do currently. Over to you for next question.
So the next question is, what is in store for our farmers and youth with respect to this drone?
Sorry, I missed you. Can you just repeat again?
What is in store for our farmers and youth with respect to this drone?
Okay, great. So, see, basically, if you talk about drones, as I said, they can be used for spraying of pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, and all. But taking a step back, I think it's more important to know who does that. Who does this flying of drone? Who does this entire mapping of the land? What exactly is this all about? See, this is something which right now is being done by our pilots who are being trained in doing all these things. But very important is that our youth should take over, and the local youth which is there in any village, maybe farmer's son, farmer's daughter, they should do this. They should fly the drone. They should actually do the spraying part, because I think the last mile which is affected, I would say in this case, is the farmer, is the village. And I think if we can actually train our youth in flying the drone, which is very, very easy, it's just a 9-day task wherein they can actually learn how to fly a drone. That is something which can be utilized by them, and they themselves can fly the drone. They themselves can provide the services on their own land, and to other farmers nearby in the vicinity. So our organization, we all also a BGCA certified RPTO, which is a remote pilot training organization. We do train pilots. Currently, we've got 123 plus partnership with different various colleges and universities, wherein we train their candidates, their students, and any other who can walk in and wants to take admission and wants to learn how to fly the drone, because it's mandatory as per the DGCA that commercial flying can only be done once the pilot is DGCA certified from institutes like us. And secondly, the youth can also work with us on various different services or projects which we undertake. So, for example, right now we're working a big time on defense with Indian Army and other forces, wherein we are helping them out how to use drones on in areas which are war hit, or maybe for inspections and for surveillance and security. They can also use our drones. We can use, and then it's who will be doing all those performing those operations. This is the youth of the country which will be doing it. If you talk about the future of farmers, I think, as I said, drones are basically used as a precision technology. See, currently what happens in India is a farmer has to spray the pesticides or insecticides. He has to enter the field. All those health hazards which he invites while stepping in to the field can all be removed, can all be eradicated with the help of drones. So with the help of drones, he doesn't have to enter in the field anymore. He can actually do it outside, and the automated autonomous mode of the drone. He can just fix all those things in the drone. He can map the land and he can do the spraying. So one, his health is not being compromised right now. Second is the shortage of the labor which is there. So I think because of this, normally a farmer is able to spray just 3 to 4 acres per day in his farm. However, a drone can actually help you out in spraying 20 to 24, 23, 24 acres in a day, whereas it takes just 7.5 minutes to spray 1 acre of the entire land. So I think with this we are saving the time. With the artificial intelligence being used in our drone, we can map the entire land and tell the farmer that this is the area wherein the spraying is actually required. And there are certain areas which are spraying is not required, because the multispectral cameras which are being installed on the drones can help you analyze the health of the crop, and the soil analysis can be done. So I think the precision technology, or the agri technology which we are working on and which we all be talking about, is actually this. So we don't have to spray the entire land or entire crops. We can actually save the crops which are healthy, and we don't have to do a uniform spray, and a precision spray can be done only on the crops where it is required. So I think time is being saved, the money is being saved, the labor shortage is being saved, the farmers' health is being saved. Also, when we talk about drones, it is not only the person who buys a drone can actually spray in his field. He can actually help spraying other fields as well. So right now, when our farmers' kids, they leave the villages and come to our tier 1 cities and tier A cities, they themselves can stay there in their hometowns, do some business out there with the help of drones, and this entire thing wherein training, which we can train them and then tell them how to operate the drones. I think they can stay at their homes and they can do the service, and they can do the business as well. So I think all in all, what's there in the youth, there's a huge potential of doing business. There's a huge potential of learning. There is a huge potential of even contributing as an innovation person, as an entrepreneur. So I think all in all, a 360-degree growth is what we can see for the youth in the coming years in the drone sector.
Sir, the next question is, how exactly is your Garuda Aerospace contributing to this drone ecosystem as a whole?
See, I think Garuda Aerospace is very, very specific on what we are trying to deliver in the country right now. I think we started as a drone manufacturer almost 4 to 5 years ago, wherein we were just focusing on agriculture drone and trying to improvise the technology on a day-to-day basis. However, lately we realized that it's not only the agriculture drones potential which we have in our country right now, and with our current Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji's vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat, I think Make in India is something which our organization is very, very focused on. We are trying to bring in more and more technologies. We've got partnerships with the likes of IIT Madras, with global players like Lockheed Martin, Elbit Systems, which are very, very strong in defense, homeland security, softwares, artificial intelligence, etc. What we are trying to do is we're trying to build up the drone ecosystem on a whole. We are trying to build the top-notch drones by using the latest technologies and incorporating all those assets, all those accessories which can be used by a drone. So, for example, we have recently converted an agriculture drone to a seed broadcasting drone. अब हम ड्रोन से खाद भी डाल सकते हैं, ड्रोन से सीड भी स्प्रेड कर सकते हैं. What we have tried to do is that we have converted this same agriculture drone to a delivery drone, which was used in the glacier cloudburst in Uttarakhand, Assam floods, Gujarat floods. And you would be happy to know that during the Turkey operations, when India has actually sent its help there, our drones were basically sent to find out where the people are stuck and how we can help them. So entire videography and everything was done by our drones. So I think we are continuously improvising on how we can make the top-notch drones by inculcating the latest technologies and integrating them with latest softwares and the strength, durability. Second aspect, what we're trying to do is that we're trying to open more and more RPTOs. We are trying to do more and more partnerships with colleges and universities so that we can reach out to more youth, more students, and we can train them how to fly drones. See, unlike any other training which is going on in the country right now, we are a bit different. What we are trying to do is that we are trying to do a training which may be of 5 to 6 days given by other companies. We are extending it to 9 days. We are inviting all the candidates to our manufacturing plant in Chennai. We are trying to show them how a drone is being made. We are trying to tell them what technology is used, what sort of process is used. We're trying to show them the simulation software, how it's being done. So giving them a real-time experience is which actually gives them more knowledge. Instead of teaching them a drone flying maybe on the online or a Zoom, something like this, which is we are doing. See, this is good for me sharing information, but this cannot be good for teaching them or giving them training of how to fly drones. So I think what we are trying to do is we are already a step ahead. I would say rather a 4-step ahead process. And we are trying to train these guys with best of the best tools, best of the best technologies, so they can learn the better way, the best way of how to fly a drone. And the third thing which we are trying to do is that we are trying to offer, and we've been successful in doing so. All those pilots who do training from our organization are being offered a job. So it's not that we tell them only do the training and okay, you are out. You go and find the job wherever you can. But what we are trying to do is that we are trying to even give them the job as well. So we're trying to place them because we've got so many projects right now to work on. We've got so many things to work on right now. We also need pilots and we need local pilots. So, I mean, say for example, Maharashtra, we've just trained 60 students. Out of them, 42 students have already been placed with us only and working on our different projects. A couple of them have purchased drones from us because now they could fly them on their own. They have got the entire knowledge of what drone is all about. So I think it's a 3-step process which our organization is following right now. One is the manufacturing of the top-notch, the best of the best quality drones. Second is giving all these youth the training of how to fly drones and how they can actually work on these things. Third is to give them the projects, give them the jobs, and then actually setting the base for them so they can fly high. So that's something which, as an organization, as a strategy officer, we all are trying to bring in and create an ecosystem of drones in India. Next question.
That's great to hear, sir. And what is your role in this entire chain, and how do you foresee the future of agri drones? Exactly.
That's an interesting question. I think my role, if any of my team member is there right now, I would say I would like to steal their hard work and I would have to tell that I'm doing everything. No, that's not the thing. I think rather my role, I would say my team's role is that we are trying to bring in, we're the think tank of the organization right now. We're trying to think more and more strategies. We are trying to think more about how we can help the country. how we can fully help our farmers to pick and choose the drones, how well we can make them adapt and adopt this technology, how easy can we make youth to learn how to fly drones, how accessible we can have drones for them so that they can go watch our drones, see our drones flying. Because and with this thought process, we've launched a drone yatra in different states. We have already completed 9 states as of now. If you talk about in North India, I think we'll be able to resonate more. We have done it in Haryana, we have done it in Gujarat, we have done it in UP. We're starting our next drone yatra in Uttarakhand and Himachal. Punjab, half of the Punjab is already done. So I think what we are trying to do is we're trying to go to every farmer as much as we can. We have covered all the districts of the states which I've just mentioned, and we are trying to fly drones, call these farmers to a certain point, and show them that how a drone is actually looks like, how the spraying actually looks like, and they can actually come, they can feel that what sort of spraying is done, nozzle, what particles, fine particles can be done. So we are trying to take the drones to them rather they coming to us, because it's a new technology. There may be many questions, there may be many myths as well, because thanks to the WhatsApp universities, I think we've got many questions which should not be there. But obviously, we live in a society wherein there are both goods and bad, both positives and negatives in and around us. So I think my team's main core responsibility is to develop the strategies to make the drones accessible, to make the drones available for all the villagers, for all the farmers, for all the youth who, for them, it may not be accessible to, may not be easy to access to have other drones. So I think that's something which we are doing. I think we've been a bit successful. I won't say we have a 10 on 10, we are numero uno right now, but I would say yes, we've been trying hard, and we will keep on trying this. We'll keep on bringing new innovative ideas. And to the entire forum out there, all the participants which are there right now, I would like you also to suggest as much things you can, or as much points, if something's there which comes in your mind, if you would like to reach out to us, I think you can reach out to me, you can reach out to my team. Our organization would like to listen to your idea, and absolutely, if that is executable, if that is something which we can follow, we would definitely like to follow that. Over to you.
Okay, sir. And do you have any case studies that you would like to discuss about these agri drones?
See, I think there are many case studies if you talk about, but what specifically, there are certain things which you remember, or which actually you feel like sharing is, there was this, we all would have heard, there was this person who was stuck in a cliff in Palakkad area almost a year ago, wherein he went for something on the mountain, and he was, I think trekking, and he was stuck there, and then there was a lot of challenges to actually even locate where he was, and how, because he was there for 2-3 days, and it was really difficult to for the search and rescue operation, the NDRF teams, to even search for him where he is. This is where we were being told by the local authorities, government authorities, to send the drone and look out for the person where he is and all. So we sent our drones, and we actually could locate where he was stuck. Our drones also delivered water bottles and food packets to him, because he was there for a longer time, and obviously, he was really worried, and there was nothing to eat, nothing to drink. So our drones, I mean, actually, as a human, as a friend, it was there for him, wherein we could tell him that, okay, no, the teams are there, you've been located, and you will be saved very soon. So I think that's something which is closer to our heart. I think we've contributed to our nation's more, I would say, growth and improvement. Second, if we could talk about, is the defense projects which we are working on right now for Indian Army and the other armed forces. It's a bit confidential. I cannot share much of the information, but I can assure all the participants and whoever will watch this next on your social media channels or on YouTube, that we are working with our armed forces, wherein we can save their lives, and we can deploy our drones to manhunt any of the terrorists if is there, or to even tell where they are hiding, and how we can save more lives of our Jawans. Use case, if you talk about in agriculture, Yes, we've brought down consumption of water a lot. I think 90% of the water is being saved currently. If you talk about a farmer uses 150 to 180 liters of water to spray in 1 acre of land. However, a 10-liter bucket attached to our drone can do the job of spraying on 1 acre. So I think we're saving water in that sense. We're saving the health of the farmers because whichever farmers has now started using our drones for spraying has actually come back to us and told us the health remains better now. He can breathe easily. The lungs are in proper shape. So that's something which they are also appreciating, and they can see the earlier the without drone and with drone of usage. Uh, we have also saved their time. Their kids are now staying with them, doing the spraying, not for only for them, but for the entire community or the vicinity of the other farmers and other lands. So I think for them, there's a huge business opportunity. People who were once called farmers are now called entrepreneurs. So I think that's the biggest achievement which we all feel as, and not only as a company but as a drone ecosystem. That this is what difference we bring in the country. So that's some of the use cases which I would always wanted to discuss. I've always discussed, whichever platform I go. But again, we are open for more ideas, open for more inputs, and how we can actually improvise our services day by day.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience, sir. And
Thank
we
you.
have few questions in the chat
Yeah,
box.
I could see the questions coming in. Please bring them on. I think
Yeah,
that's more interesting because now people, like I could see, I'm not boring people. They are not getting bored, and I think they're more interested to know more.
yes, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
Uh, the first question is from Mr. Frinto Anthony. As per my knowledge, drone applications have challenges like investment, relevant technology, insufficient R&D, communication gaps between lawmakers and drone makers.
See, I think, Mr. Anthony, your knowledge, you would have researched because the questions which you have come up with, I think they're very very relevant questions. But having said that, I think if you talk about the current scenarios wherein there is a proper certification being done by the competent government authorities, DGCA itself, wherein all the drone manufacturers have to first register and get certified from DGCA with a minimum thing. This technology is there. This is something which we are applying to the rules of what government has laid down. So I think regulation wise, it's all sorted now. It could have been a thing of past, maybe 1.5, 2 years ago. But post the drone rules coming in March 2021, everything is now regularized. It's very, very clear, very, very crystal clear that you have to have this technology, you have to have this security feature, you have to have this minimum availability in your drone if you want to be certified, a DGCA certified organization for drone manufacturing, and both drone pilot training organization, as I said, the RPTO. Second is we are our, every organization which you guys see, you cannot sell drone if you are not DGCA certified, and that's a very very strict rule being laid down by Shri Jyotiraditya Scindia and his team, that we have to apply with all those things. Second is, as far as the investment comes in, there's a lot of subsidy schemes which government has launched right now. So, for example, to a farmer, a 50% subsidy is being given. To FPO and FPC, 75% subsidy is given. So, what we are as an organization we are trying to do is we are trying to not earn money as much now. We are just trying to bring the drone to you, use it first, and our drone is very very affordable. Plus, the 50% subsidy is also there. So I think the affordability and accessibility as an organization we've sort of pulled down, and the subsidy is what the government is already providing. Communication gaps between lawmakers and drone makers, I think I won't agree to this, because it's the lawmakers who are very very, I would say, efficient right now, very very clear right now that what we have to deliver to our country, and every drone maker right now is following that, and we are happy following that, because that's something that's good for our nation, that's good for the entire drone ecosystem. And I would say the Chinese products which are there, we can keep them away if this DGCA rules and DGCA certifications are being followed. So I think we are more than happy, and even we are contributing. We are giving suggestions to the lawmakers that this is something which can do to improvise. which they always are ready to accept and think about it. But as I would say, communication gap. No, I mean, I don't know where this comes in, but we are very clear. We are following the rules, and the rules which have been made are crystal clear. They have to be in place, and they're perfect.
Yes, sir.
Next
And
question.
the next question is how agri drones will work.
Uh, will work. I think this question is a bit confusing. I think agri drones will not work themselves. They'll have to be flown by the farmers or our pilots or instructors who are there. But if you want to know about the technology, I'll say there's a lot to talk about on technology, which I can go on and on with this session. Maybe a little less for that. The time may be a little less, but I can say that drones, the first and the biggest challenge for us is the distribution strategy, how to make the drones available at the nearest location. So for them, we are appointing distributors and dealers and channel partners across the various parts of the country. Right now, we've been able to achieve that in 500 plus districts. We've got dealers, we've got distributors, we've got service centers. Second, how a drone works, we will train whoever buys drone first has to get the training license. So R is the organization who sells drone as well as as well as trains people. So I mean, there's the 20-day delivery period which is taken by our organization from booking a drone to getting the drone delivered. And those 20 days, we give a 9 days training. So as soon as the drone comes with a person, he's ready to fly. He knows what the drone is, and he can actually start flying them. So I think that's how a drone as a market will work, how as a drone product will work.
Yes, sir. The next question is from Mr. Ishwar. Dear Mr. Ashish, who gives license to operate drones after the training?
Okay, so basically what happens is, as I said, DGCA has actually allocated different organizations who can give the drone training. So once the drone training is being given by organizations like us, who are known as RPTO, we actually tell DGCA that this is the candidate who has done the training, who has successfully passed the test. Then you get the certificate on the Digital Sky portal, which is a 10-year valid certificate. You can do the commercial flying via that certificate, and it comes via the Digital Sky portal, wherein the entire support, training, documentation, everything is being done by an RPTO, an organization like us. So you are in safe hands. It's not our organization who's giving you the certification. It's absolutely DGCA, but the norms which they have set is being followed by us. The examination, the course schedule, which whatever they've said, we follow that. So absolutely, all the things which is being taught right now is standardized, is regularized by the DGCA organization itself.
Yes. The next question is, can you tell the disadvantages of the drones?
I think that's something which कहते हैं ना हिंदी में वो पानी फेर देगा सारी हमारी मेहनत जो हमने पूरी इंडस्ट्री ने करी. I think disadvantages of drone, rather I would say learnings more about drone, how we can learn the drone better, how we can fly better. I would say there are certain limitations of drones right now. It's not because we cannot do, it's just that we are still improvising, still innovating. We are still, so for example, if you talk about the weight, what a drone can fly, the endurance, the battery life, the battery backup, which is being given by a drone. I think these are certain limitations which entire industry is working on. I'll not say only we have achieved or someone else has not achieved. I think we all are struggling through it. Battery manufacturing in India is still a task. Motor is still a task. So we are still juggling around how we can actually increase the endurance, still decrease the weight of the drone, so you can fly the drone for a better time, for much more duration. So I would say not disadvantages. Let's not use that hard word, because it takes a lot of investment. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of courage to still stand there, work on a new product which doesn't have a market, doesn't have a customer, doesn't even have any, I would say, requirement as such. So everything is being created, thought of, researched, gone on the ground, and then sort of given back to our farmers. So, but there are certain things. I'll not say we are 100% as a drone ecosystem. We are all done. No, there are a lot of things which will still come in. battery backup has to be increased, weight has to be decreased, the potential 10-liter bucket may be increased to 16 liters. We can do much more on analysis, crop analysis we've achieved, soil analysis we've achieved, but we can do still much more. The nutrient analysis is what we can still think of. There are certain things which are still lagging, but yeah, we are working on it. And as an organization, as an industry, we'll soon be able to cater that. I'm 200% sure.
Yes, sir. The next question is again from Mr. Frinto Anthony. The carrying capacity of the drones is 8 to 10 kgs. Then how can the farmer apply this on the field? Moreover, the ICAR or IARA have not formulated any ratios for this.
Okay, so Mr. Anthony, the carrying capacity is 8 to 10 liters. You're absolutely right, because 1 acre spraying can easily be completed by a 10-liter bucket. So the average farm hold landing right now, farm holding right now in our farmer, with our farmers in the country right now is 1 to 1.5 acres is what the research says. So 1 acre can easily be completed by between 8 to 10 liters, depending upon what sort of fertilizer or chemical or insecticide or pesticide we're using. And if you talk about what sort of ratios or what sort of formulation is being done, I think Indian government has already released an entire list of 473 products which can be used by drones. The recent conversion of the launch of IFCO Nano Urea, I think they've actually converted that into a 500 ml bottle, which is water soluble right now, and that's specifically being done so that it can also be used via drone. So I think the formulation is being done. Yeah, the ratio which has to be released, I think if you would have gone through the latest ICR guideline that has just been released almost 25 days ago, there you can find the ratios which are there, which are being shared. Having said that, all the organizations like Insecticides India Limited, like Bayer, like UPL, they are still doing much more research on how to use drones for their products. They've done much more. They've been successful. They've been partnering with organizations like us. We're using their products, doing the research on the fields to arrive on a conclusion so we can get it certified with the ICR. So a lot has been done by ICR already. They are very, very active and they're doing the research right now. They're supporting us. They're supporting the entire drone ecosystem. And I'm sure we'll be soon moving ahead and we'll be soon be able to achieve as a nation what we always wanted to.
Yes, sir. In continuation to that, there is a question from the Mr. Frinto Anthony. In case of FPO or FPCs, the farmers are having fields side by side. How can the demarcation be done?
So
is
basically,
the geofencing done? Can be done? Any geofencing?
So basically, see, it's the say the intelligence of the drone already being built in. Our drones are very much capable of doing the entire geofencing before they start spraying, and the entire thing is done. The entire pattern is being set of how the spraying will be done, so that the spray is being precision. Also, your next question can be, say, for example, if there are two different crops in the adjacent field, and we have to say, for example, spray insecticides in one field and it should not go in other field. So that can also be managed. The height of the drone can be easily adjusted so that it doesn't go to the different field. So that's the entire teaching, entire expertise is being given during the time of training when we give to our candidates so that they become pilots. So this entire is a part of the course. And I think, Mr. Anthony, your information on this subject is good. I think you should do a pilot training course. I would ask my team members to get back to you, take your details from the gentleman out here, and I think you should go ahead with the training. But this is something which we already do as a part of our curriculum.
Yes. The next question is from Ashutosh Patil. India experiences diverse weather conditions, including strong winds, heavy rains, and fog, which can affect the safe operation of drones. Extreme weather conditions can pose risk to drone stability, navigation, and the quality of the data collected. Then how are you going about with this issue?
See, I think absolutely right question. I think this is something which we are working day in, day out, as not only as an organization, but as an industry. As far as stability, extreme weather conditions, terrain, land terrains can also be a part of this question, that there are different terrains which are there, different type of crops which are there. humidity conditions are different. So what we are trying to do is that since as an organization right now, what we have done is we have done more than 22,000 acres of spraying already since last 3-4 years. We have sort of this entire humidity, wind speed, the crop type of the crop, the sort of insecticide or pesticide being sprayed. That entire data is being analyzed right now. We are working out on a solution day in day out. We are increasing our stability of the drone so that the winds, it can actually withstand the winds or the rains or the extreme weather conditions. And happy to share that we've been able to achieve success. But having said that, okay, obviously we have not achieved 100% success right now, as the technology is new. As right now, we are still working on many other aspects of drones thing. But the stability which we have achieved right now, the sort of technology which we're working on right now is proving to be very, very successful in the fields. Farmers are being able to operate, or the person or the pilots are being able to operate drones in a better way, much better than before. I would say maybe a year before. But yeah, this is a continuing process as it is with any other product, any other technology product. If you will see, we started with a processor with a Intel core processor. Before that, they were so slow. But now, as soon as we are moving i3, i5, i7, I think the processor speed, the functioning, or how to operate, they're becoming better day by day. So is the case with the drones as well, and so is the case with the technology across the world. And I think with the advent of with the amalgamation of AI and ML technologies with the drone, I think this is something which will achieve success at a much faster rate and much earlier.
Yes.
Next
And the
question.
next question is from Dr. Vandana Tatra. How is Garuda facilitating farmers with this drone facility? Is there a hiring or service provider facility in somewhat mode of custom hiring center, or I would put it as drone as a service, the model which is
See,
coming up?
good question, Dr. Vanna. I think this is something which we've always been asking ourselves, and I think this is something which, as a team, we are always, debating. I would say inside the four walls whenever we go out for our monthly meetings and monthly discussions for what to do next, because we've always been supportive. We always want to give farmers that edge of drone as a service. But right now, if you will see, of late, many organizations have actually pulled out from that drone as a service thing, because the amount of profitability which we get against what sort of investment we are putting into this model turns out to be a negative cash flow for us. But so what we have started doing is that we have started, we were just working on an app known as Garuda One app, wherein we'll be helping farmers. One, so there's a team which is already being allocated in Garuda Aerospace, which helps the farmers for investment, for loans, for all those things. We help them connect to banks, agriculture infrastructure funds, with all the loan banks, so that they can get the loan easily. We also help farmers to train, like RPTO training, which is there. We also bring them on board on this app, which we are about to launch in the next 3 to 4 months, wherein they'll also be able to get orders from the nearby, like Uber and an Ola works. That you book a cab, it comes in next 5 minutes, you sit on it, you go back, done, payment already done. So that's how drones will also work on our app. So we'll be able to give drones to our farmers. We'll be able to give more orders to our farmers as well. So for example, if a farmer in a vicinity needs to get the spraying done, he can go to our app, he can book the drone, he can book his preferred slot. A nearby person who's got our drone will get the message, and he can actually help to get the thing sprayed and earn money. So I think that's where we are working. Second, just to give more clarity on this question, how would a farmer know what a drone is? So for that, answering that question, we are doing this drone yatra. So we reach out to more number of farmers, we show them the drone, we show them how the functioning is done. Plus every expo or every event which is right now happening in the country, you'll see Garuda Aerospace stall there with the drone, with the pilots standing there to answer the questions. And in case we are allowed, we also do some sort of spraying in the nearby fields. So that's something we are reaching out to farmers, so they know what sort of spraying is done, what is the level of expertise which we have, what is the level of precision which you talk about, is it there or not? Then they can actually buy a drone, do the training, and then analysis is what is rest to them, so that they want to buy or not. But reaching out to them and accessibility is what we are working on, and we will keep on working.
Yes. The next question is from Arha. What are the marketing strategies as a company you are taking for penetration, especially rural penetration?
Trust me, it's very difficult to take money from our founder and put it into the marketing strategies. But all we think, as a marketer, as a strategy officer, I want every single penny which my founder has, so I can put in and reach out to farmers. But that's I have hypothetical or a dream which every strategy officer sees. But I think as I've already mentioned, what we've been doing is drone yatras. Our vans. We've created a beautiful van which goes out to every district of a state, uh, picks up 3 to 4 acres of land in different vicinities, which is being supported by our dealers, the local dealers, the local channel partners, or the local authorities of KVK Krishi Vigyan Kendras or FPOs. We do the spraying done, and we reach out to farmers and collect their queries and want to and answer them. Second is Mahendra Singh Dhoni being our brand ambassador. We've got many videos, we've got many testimonials associated, and we are doing marketing campaigns along with them. Third is like we were the partner of CSK this time, the drone sponsors for CSK. I think that has actually helped us gain more traction, and we've got more number of calls in our call center as compared before, and we are trying to answer every query. So the call center is being set up, the sales teams are there, the dealer distributor model is being there to answer the queries, the drone yatra is being going on. We have connected all the farmers to the entire 360-degree model of our company. Like since the day they decide to buy a drone till the time the drone gets delivered, the entire 360-degree cycle is being maintained and managed by our team. I think that is something which we are doing right now. Every possible communication, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn profiles, in TV interviews, events like this, expos. So we are doing every strategy to go-to-market strategy wherein we can help reach out to farmers and tell them in their language, so it's easier for them to understand, easier for them to learn and to adopt.
Yes.
Next question.
Next question is, what is the training fee of drone training, and is there any open source standard content or training modules available for the drone training? Again, from Dr. Vandana Tatra.
Dr. Vandana, see, the training fees right now ranges from 40,000 to 65, 70,000. Our organization gives it in 40,000, wherein the 25,000 is the training fees and rest is accommodation and travel and everything. And also, this is for 9 days. Market में there are different things which are available. 65,000 में कुछ 5 दिन का भी है. There are some 75, 70,000 में 5 days, but minimum is of 5 days, which is being the standard is being set by the DGCA between 5 to 7 days. So what we do is we give you a visit to our manufacturing facility. We give a visit to our entire the look and feel of where a drone is being manufactured and how is it being done. What was the next question? If you can just go to the one more part of this question.
Yes, sir.
No, that was Dr. Vanna.
Yes, sir. That was from Dr. Vanna.
नीचे. I think you've gone up. नीचे थोड़ा धीरे. हाँ. Is there a
Yes, sir.
yeah. So is there any open source standard? See, open source standard content, you go to YouTube, you'll find many much content out there, but that may be misleading. That is why we don't prefer, suggesting anyone to go out on YouTube, because they are not verified, quote unquote. I'm not naming anyone, but they may not be the right content, because the content which has to be delivered is being already set by DGCA, and there's no point if you even consume the content and you are not able to get the certificate and not able to fly. So I think the best thing is to go only to the RPTOs which are being approved by the government, so that you get the right data, you get the access to the legitimate content. And because see, tomorrow a person who's accessing this content will be flying a drone in the field, so there may be potential risk which he may be causing to other people in case he's not a verified trainer or he's not giving the training, which it has to be. The knowledge is not the right knowledge which is being imparted. So I think the best is to go to a government certified RPTO and to get the knowledge from them and get the right certificate. So you get the right knowledge and you perform the right task. And we a support to our government, our ecosystem, and our safety and regulations are being followed.
Yes.
I think can we go for just one last question, because
Yes,
in case there are any other queries, I would like to answer them on the emails. You can collate them and you can send it across. But just one last question, because then I'll have to leave for a couple of other assignments.
Okay, sir. Yes. It's again from Mr. Frinto Anthony. Like prerequisites like
Any other
qualification
question?
age for
I mean, Mr. Anthony's answer, I'll answer on the
yes.
email, because there is any other question from a new member. Sorry, Mr. Anthony, I think maybe we can answer some more questions from other members as
well. Okay, sir. 78% of the Indian farmers are unorganized. Also, only 38% of the Indian population is digitally literate. In a country of this much high inconsistency in intercultural operations and such unorganized agriculture, there is a huge challenge, and how we as an agriculture stakeholder play a role in mitigating this.
Can you open the question? If you can just open the screen once for me.
Yes. That's a bit lengthy question.
No, I would like to address this. It's a good question.
Yes. It's from Anmol.
I can't see the question on the screen. Let me see my chats. Okay, which question are you talking about? Okay, from Vivaswan
Yes.
Anmol, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so Vivaswan says 70% of the Indian farmers are unorganized, right? Also, only 30% of the population is digitally literate. In a country like this much high instances in agricultural operation in such an landscape, do you think that the ground level implementation of this technology and feasibility is a huge challenge? Okay, and how is an agriculture to play a role in mitigating it? Good question, Anmol. I think before answering this question, I think we should also go back to an era wherein everything was being done manually and tractors were just introduced, and I think that era didn't have artificial intelligence or machine learning or that access to the entire stuff which we have right now. And I think still it was done, still the success was achieved. And you see right now every farm has a tractor. Every I would say the percentage of farmers owning the tractors have also increased. So I think you have a right question, but see, there is no, I would say, rocket science in learning how to operate a drone. A minimum criteria, you all will be surprised, which is being right now being set, and we are able to successfully deliver the training to farmers is just 10th pass. The passport has to be there. 10th, the candidate should be 10th pass, a passport, and other some documents which are there. So academically, if we talk about, there's no rocket science which is as such. It's just that we need to train them, and that's what I said at the beginning of my conversation, that how easily can we deliver this knowledge to our farmers, to our people who are trying to learn, even if they don't have any background of aviation or aeronautics. So they can still learn, they can still know how to fly a drone. So it is very, very easy. It's actually formulated in such a way that our farmers and our people can actually help to know, can actually easily learn that thing. Second is, yeah, it is unorganized. I think that is what we all are trying to do. We all are trying to organize it. All are trying to sort out the problems. If it is difficult, doesn't mean it has not to be done. Every difficult, impossible thing which was once thought of, I think has been achieved now. But there are ways and means of doing it better. Like artificial intelligence and machine learning is now playing a crucial role. And you all will be surprised, 10% of the people who come to us to get trained become a part of our innovation team. Isn't it surprising or astonishing for you guys? And these are the same people who come from tier 3, tier 4 cities, have got such good brains, grasp such good knowledge, are able to execute and give us more points that we have not even thought of. So I think it's a huge potential which we need to unearth right now. which we need to see how we can best utilize and channelize, and also see problems and issues and challenges will already be there, will always be there, and because of them we are there. अगर सब कुछ आसान होता, so company like Garuda Aerospace or company like Agriculture Council will not have been there. I think we all are available, and I want to thank Agriculture Skill Council of India for taking this initiative and getting people more skilled, because that is something which we even require. If a pilot tomorrow has to be trained, he has to have that knowledge, he has to have that zeal to learn, and that's what ACI is doing. And I think we should all congratulate them for this wonderful initiative which they are doing, which they are taking, making us also a part of. And I think hats off to you guys. But yeah, there are problems. There will always be problems. But yeah, we need to partner. We need to have the right intention. We need to have positivity in our mind, in our brains, in our heart, that we can achieve it. And with partnerships like this, we coming on board with ACI or other organizations coming on board with, the skill councils, I think that is something which is much more achievable, much more easier, and we'll be able to do it one day, I'm sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your information on drones, technology of drones, types of drones, and the advantages for the farmers as well as the potential for the youth. And I would like to thank you on behalf of all the participants for giving us the valuable information on agriculture drone technology. Thank you so much.
I think I would also like to thank you for inviting me and for allowing me to share my thoughts as an individual and as an organization, what we all are doing. But I would like to also pass on this information that it's not only one organization's job or only one chief strategy officer's job. I think it's our job. It's all of us need to realize our potential as an individual and as a country. Trust me, we can achieve milestones together. India is a country which is so diverse. We've got such agriculture land. We've got such good acceptance of technology. Everything seems difficult in the beginning, but yeah, we've been able to achieve many things which when we started, we just thought whether we were able to do or not. But please think more. Please innovate more, because that's where we lack. And I think that's where we have improved as a country. We need to do much more. Think more. In case you come up with any of the points, any technology, please do reach out to me. I am available on all social media platforms. You can find me on LinkedIn by Ashish Parashar. Connect with me there. Let's chat. Let's think more. Let's improvise, and let's bring out more such ideas which maybe we as an organization may not have thought of till now. I as an individual or my team would not have thought of. But yes, we are happy to hear. We are open for discussions. We are open for suggestions and improvise our product. Thank you so much for inviting me. You are a great audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your valuable time, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye. Thank you.